Hi, Alistair. Okay, so there's going to be a couple of changes. I'm going to send you, first of all, let's put the div for the social icons after, I'll have to actually put it after the P tag, so it's below, which is fine. But we're going to have to add some classes in there because I realized that the icons themselves are floated left because it's a list or a div item, which means that they're automatically block level elements, which means they would take up the full. Anyways, there's styling in there you're going to have to overwrite. So I'm going to send you this link right here for the div class for the font awesome icons. Actually, just replace it with yours. I'll put that in the ticket now. Okay, and then you'll end up with something that's right in the middle. You may need to fiddle with the width of 180. So if you have more icons than the 5, you're going to have to adjust it from 180 to like 210 and fiddle around with that number. I had to fiddle around this, for a few minutes. I measured it out and tried a few different things to get it right. Anyways, that's that. What's the rest of you? Had some other questions here. I'd like to remove a few sections, for example, the bootstrap quotes to make the page shorter, deleting code. Yes, as a matter of fact, deleting a section is the best way. So on the index page itself, what I suggest you do is you can sort of find out where you want to go. View, visual aids, hide all. Okay, let's get rid of that lines and junk. There we go. Let's say we want to get rid of this section right here. Put your cursor somewhere in it. Usually I just go right for one of the headings. Okay, and then down below here, we see this. There's this editable. Let me get my properties inspector on, and it'll pop up a little bit higher here. There we go. See, I put my cursor in here, and then I go down, and there's this. I start from the left where it says editable, and the first thing to the right is a section. If I click that section, that selects everything, and then I hit delete on the keyboard, and it's gone. Okay, you may be left over with a divider sometimes, but typically it just takes the whole. See that content section? That's all you're left with is the comment tags. I mean, I try to comment things in the page so you can find them in code view as well. But basically, the sections are typically used to wrap that entire portion of the page, so you can easily remove it, and it's also properly it's the proper semantic markup or HTML5 tag to use for a section of related content in a page, right? So basically you have a section and there's a heading that says what that section is about. In this case it's about the services. So anyways, that's how to do it. On the navigation carousel, I'd like to remove the 2 arrows at the top to get to display 7 circles. Okay, so the navigation carousel, which is up here. There we go. Okay. So 7 circles. These guys right here. That's going to be the. Let me just find out in Bootstrap. Sorry, Firebug. It's going to be the carousel indicators. No, it's not. Yes, that's the one right there. Carousel, left and right. I'm thinking we could probably go right in or directly into the components and the info box carousel. You can definitely do this through CSS, but down at the bottom right here, these are the previous and the next arrows right there. Get rid of those, and that gets rid of the arrows. Now for 7 boxes, you would need to change your columns here. Okay, 7's an odd number. 6 would be perfect because then you can go by 2s, right? So you could go like this all the way down the page. 7's going to be a little bit on the awkward side because the 12 doesn't divide by 7 nicely. I'm trying to think of a way you could do with 7, unless you could just display 6 at a time. Anyways, yeah, I've never had that question before. You can definitely do 7. You can definitely do 7 containers, just not on the page all at the same time. Or if you did, you'd have to put everything as a 1, which would be tiny. So let's try that. Like I said, everything is based on a 12 grid system when it comes to rows and columns, and that's what we use here. I'm going to leave that one blank for a minute. Come back to it. Navigation carousel. Use section to do the daytime with short description can go. The short description is the same thing with as the other ones, right? There's your short description. It's a P class. You just take it out of the page, just like so. Or design view. There's your short description. Make sure you grab this where it says P class, right? So put your cursor on here instead of just scrubbing over with your mouse. What I do is I just get a piece of text within that description. Then I go to my quick tag selector and I delete it completely and cleanly from the page. Because sometimes when you do one of these things here and hit the backspace key, it leaves a little extra. As you see the info box here, and there's a little extra space down here. That's because the P tag was still there, left over in the page, just you've taken the text out of the P tag. So you might have some uneven heights. Image navigation. I like to keep the image section, but get rid of the text that comes up when hovered over, please, and the navigation bar at the top. Same thing for this one here. Okay, so this here and this here, that's just text you remove right from the component itself. This here you're going to have to hide. Okay, and that's the filters. Let me just find out where they are. They are in the full screen portfolio filters. Components, line 164. Okay, so you need to go to to hide that navigation bit at the top. You need to go to your styles, components, components.css, go down to line 164. Okay, and here, right here, we're going to do one of these here. Type in visibility, hidden, display, none. Okay. You can't take it out of the page. You take it out of the page, you break it. But you can hide the filters. Okay, so if we go back here and hit refresh, that should be gone. There you go. Now to get rid of the link title and the description, that you just have to actually go into the component itself and remove. And like I said, when you remove that sort of stuff, I like to caution people to say the link title, click on the word title, go down to the H2, and delete the H2. Description, go to the P tag and delete the P tag. Leave the view web page, okay? Same thing, double click, H2 gone. Double click the description, P tag gone. Alright, finally I'm going to get rid of the contact form and put in a basic information such as we're talking about Google Maps image on the right side. So, okay. Get rid of the contact form. So you just get rid of the form itself. So you can find the form. Okay, so now we're getting into this. Understanding how Bootstrap columns work is really key, or really helpful. But the form itself, what we're going to do is click into this area here and sort of see if there's a section, and the section encompasses the map as well. So we don't want to get rid of that. So we're just going to double click on where it says first name, then go to code view and look up. And up here we see the form method post. We need to get rid of the entire form like so. Okay, well, that leaves the map up here. And you see the map, we have a row. Okay, so what we want to do is find out where that row starts and ends. I have to reset this for a second here. So click on row. Okay, so the row starts here. It ends after the word small. All right. So now what we have to do is actually, you can copy this in right here from above. Watch this. Where it says we'd really like to and your phone number. Copy those two lines under the row. Okay. And then we're going to copy all of this stuff that's left over, starting with small right up to iframe. We're going to copy that into and over top of the H2 tag right here. And the way I like to do this is I like to remove the H2 tag, give myself some room, and paste. And then down here, I can put whatever I want, and there's already an H2 tag there, so I'm just going to put in heading. Of course, I did this in reverse, so I'd actually want to move this up above. And I'm going to send. Watch this. Tell you what I'm going to do here for you. Let me get rid of this junk here. This junk here. I'm going to send you a page. Actually, I'm going to send you this page right here. Okay. And let's just see what it looks like right now. Okay. So we'd like to hear from you, and then we have the heading right there. Okay. And we don't want to pull the heading right, and it's not a telephone anymore. Okay, so we can put a Google map in here for you. So what we're going to do then is go to Maps Google. You're going to have to do this yourself and then replace what I do. Because if you want your address and all that stuff, you're going to have to create a special map. So you'll have to go in here, you may need to do a little bit of researching. I'm not an expert on Google Maps, but put your address in here. You'll have to create a new map, okay? And then basically you come, and after you've created your map, you go to Share or Embed, and then you go to Embed Map, and you copy this here. You go back to Dreamweaver, and you're going to replace this iframe with the one that you create, okay? And the width is 100%. You'll have to change the width to 100%. Let's just see if what this looks like so far, if it's doing what I want it to do. There you go. You have your heading here, you have a map over here, and then you can put whatever content you want in this area. Now it's just a blank area on the page. You can do whatever you want with it. Okay, so I'm going to send you this contact page. You can drop it into your website to replace the existing one. That'll probably save you a list. At least it gives you a little bit of a head start. I'll put some lorem ipsum text in here so you can, or tell you what, this is what I like to cheat. I like to go to Bootstrap, like so, and we're going to grab a cheaty address here. Let's see if they have address, CSS, addresses. Look at this. Okay, there's code here for us already. And we're going to grab this code right here, go to Dreamweaver, there's the heading right there, and then we can use the proper Bootstrap stuff that you can just simply change on your own. Okay, look at this. Put it in there. Okay, now it's pulling over here. There we go. I just had to organize things because I cut my column off a little bit early, and I moved the class down there now. Okay, so now we have a heading, and then we have the address, and then we have the map. So go in and change that just so you can see that it moved.